Okay. uh, this will be the video where I really earn the moniker Angry Photographer. I'm never angry. I just don't like BS, nonsense, flim flam, hyperbole, fallacies, and ignorance. Okay? Everybody's ignorant about certain things, and we are all in love with our own cherished little belief systems and our own little sick ideas, and we all have little crazy ideas about the world, crazy ideas about ourselves, about other people, about things that we love and cherish, and we all have to admit that a lot of the things that we believe, cherish, and hold true are just delusions, sick fantasies, twisted nonsense, hyperbole, self-reinforcing delusions. Yeah, people. Some people pointed out to me some cockroaches, some bah, bah, moo, moo, sheep. That's the things I use to talk about people that are sheep and cows. Kind of like they all huddle together, and there are really only three types of people in the world, too, by the way. You have sheep, you have wolves, and then you have sheepdogs. Like the sheepdogs that protect the sheep. They stand back and they keep watch out and they try to protect the sheep. There's really only those three type of people in the world. Now let's talk about this lens and why this lens absolutely sucks. Okay. Now, by the way, it doesn't matter what lens you buy or who the hell you buy it from. I don't make a penny. Okay. And whether I'm a fat ugly fool or some people call me a troll. I mean, that word doesn't even mean anything. Like you say in our modern sick demented age of stupidity and nonsense, anything that someone else says that they don't like you said something I don't like, you're a troll. I don't like what you said, or I don't like your facts. You got a bunch of facts, but I don't like what you said, you're a troll. This is a meaningless word. Utterly meaningless. This word didn't even exist like 15 years ago. My logical conclusion as a hardcore Platonist and translator of ancient Greek, and used to be able to read Latin, my Latin is really rusty, is that if a word didn't exist 15 years ago, then it probably has absolutely no usefulness at all. It is just kind of like a phantasm that was created. This lens sucks, the 16 to 80 2.8 to f4. Let me qualify that and how it sucks. A bunch of people pointed me to a website. There's a long thing like, I don't know if it's over on Diaper and Peas website. Just a bunch of people to get together, and they find groups of people to agree with them. I don't like that. I agree with you. I don't like that. So let's talk about stupidity here. And by the way, the number one most evil word, and the ancient Greeks thought this as well as the Indians, is the word consensus. Anytime someone uses the word consensus, they're an idiot. There is nothing more evil and stupid when someone appeals to consensus. Well, the consensus view is, or the consensus on this is, that is when someone is a moron. Okay? I'm going to flat out say it. You can call me all the names in the world, fat, bald, tattooed, ugly. All of that will be true. Ignorant or stupid is not one of them. So anytime anybody uses the word consensus, let's say the consensus review of this lens is, that means nothing. The consensus review of most people is that they saw, angels in their burnt toast, and they see the devil everywhere. People see me everywhere too. Like anytime they see I see this all the time. They think that I actually have multiple YouTube accounts. I've only got one YouTube account. They see, well, he's got multiple YouTube accounts and he trolls on other people's I've got one YouTube account and one YouTube account only. See, people see me everywhere. It's like if they see someone that actually says something that's kind of like what I say, like, oh, that's Angry Photographer. That isn't me. I've got one YouTube account. One. So let's get back to this lens and why it's a piece of crap. Okay? And I said it's a piece of crap. So does this lens really suck? Well, let's get perspective, because wisdom is having perspective and understanding something fully. I said this lens sucks. Look, at whatever you think of me, I've got more experience with lenses than every top 10 YouTube camera gear photographer combined. I just do. Whether I'm a schmuck or a jerk, doesn't matter. Look, at my advice is to actually help people, because I used to repair lenses, I've owned all these lenses, I've tested all these lenses, and my advice is valid. My feedback rating on lenses is basically 100%. So if any of these other idiots out there wants to make 2,000 videos and see what their feedback on lenses is, why don't you spend 20 years testing lenses? And why does he own so many lenses? Well, some of those were broken and I fixed them and I now own them. Who gives a damn how many lenses I own? The point is that I actually have valid experience to offer. This lens sucks. Let me actually point to you why this lens sucks, and I'll read some comments and why these comments are statements of stupidity. Because we all have our own little cherished nonsense belief systems. Okay, this lens is basically $1,100. It is currently a kit lens with a Nikon D500. That is not this lens here. This is a 17-55 2.8, which is an excellent lens. Let me point out something to you, why this lens sucks. A, it's plastic. Okay, there are a lot of Nikkor lenses that you do like that are plastic chassis. For $1,100, this is not a true silent wave motor. It has a micro motor with plastic gears driving. It means it's slow, it's noisy, it's prone to breakage. So it's slow. For $1,100, you're getting a crummy lens that, by the way, has horrible distortion, has horrible vignetting, and is only f2.8 at 16 millimeters. But at 16 millimeters, the distortion is bad. It just sucks. This is a true silent wave motor that is found in this lens. This lens is still made. This is a constant f2.8. This has a true silent wave motor in it. This $1,100 lens, excuse me, has a stinking $30, well, it's actually less than that. It's actually like a $5 motor. Micro motor with plastic gears driving it. So for $1,100, how much is this lens here? You can often find them, since it's been around for quite a while, and this is made in Japan. You know where this lens is made at? Guess where it's made at. This is made in Japan. You can still buy this lens new for $1,500. This is a superior lens. Perspective. Okay, when I say something is crap, what people don't understand is if they've only owned 2 or 3 lenses, they'll say, oh, that's an awesome lens. And you'll see these comments everywhere. Let me read a comment. By someone, I have this lens and I love it. I don't understand what he's talking about. You're right, you don't understand what I'm talking about because you've not owned hundreds of lenses and you don't have the perspective. Okay? I'm not being angry, I'm not being rude, I'm being pragmatic. Sometimes someone needs to say, you need to stop smoking or you're going to have a heart attack. Like someone would come up to me and say, dude, you're fat, you need to lose weight. It's like, you're right, I do need to lose weight. I am fat. I accept reality. If someone doesn't want to accept reality, that's their problem. I love this lens and I own it. I think it's a bad lens. Well, how many lenses have you used? Let's be honest here. How many lenses have you used? I'm referring to this guy. He's entitled to his own opinions about gear, but I can't understand. He's just a troll, and he's always attacking people. And I attack stupidity. Ignorance. We're all ignorant about a lot of different stuff. I don't know anything about car repair. I'm totally ignorant about car repair. Doesn't mean I trust the local mechanic either, but that's another matter. So perspective. Perspective. You can buy this lens for like $580. Not only is it made in Japan, not only is it a constant f2.8 aperture, but it's got a real damn silent wave motor in it. This lens is pretty damn old, relatively speaking. We're talking 13 years. This lens is faster. This 13-year-old lens is faster than this lens that just came out, the 16-80 2.8-4. Ah! Oh, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. See where people lack perspective. And this is my point, and people don't get it because some people are they're not too bright, and that's okay. Sometimes you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I don't make a penny either way. You drink it or you don't drink it. I don't care. I don't make a penny. I want you to be happy and save money. That's my point. Oh, you're a grumpy schmuck. Maybe I am grumpy, but I'm trying to help you. I don't make a penny whether you buy this piece of junk or you buy this lens. Doesn't matter to me. Buy what you want. I'm trying to help you make an informed decision. I thought that was being helpful. It is being helpful. Someone goes out and buys a Toyota and then they, that's awesome. They buy a brand new Toyota, like a cheap one. And of course, they work really well. And it's like, what would you rather buy? A brand new Toyota, a kind of a middle of the road piece of, kind of a, it does the job, but not too well. Or for the same amount of money, you could buy a used Rolls-Royce. You actually can buy a used Rolls-Royce for the price of a mid-range used Toyota. Well, I don't know. Let me see. a really good condition used Rolls-Royce versus a mid-range new Toyota. I don't know. Toyota gets the job done. Yeah. No. See, this is just an analogy, one of countless analogies. So this lens is not made in Japan. It does not have a true silent wave motor in it. It has this awful piece of plastic trash. That means this 13-year-old lens is faster than this lens that was made last year. Let's read some of the other comments from people. Ken's got a lot of freaky ideas, and he said that the Otis lens sucks, which is a really expensive Zeiss lens. That lens does suck, and I had a couple other people confirm that. They tested it, like, you're right, it does suck. That lens is only sharp. A lens is judged by a lot more than its sharpness, just as a wine is certainly judged by a lot of different things, not strictly its alcohol content. He says Sigma lenses suck. Well, they do suck. You can pay $5 to any camera store manager and say, listen, I want 5 minutes of the truth. Here's $5. How about Sigma lenses? Yeah, we got a huge commission on Sigma lenses. That's why we push the Sigma lenses, is what they'll say. They come back in droves all the time due to quality control. Yeah, Sigma sucks. Here's a fact that you're not going to deny. Listen up closely. You take a 15-year-old Sigma lens, as far as percentage of those lenses that are still working, it's about 2 or 3%, and it's actually lower than that. You take about 15-year-old Nikkor lenses, how many of those are still working? Nearly 100%. This is barring accidents, drops, and, mistreatment. So you're talking about 2% versus barely 100%. That means Sigma sucks. 2% versus 100% on 15-year-old lenses, Sigma versus Nikon. Yeah, that would qualify that Sigma sucks. You like your Sigma lens? Fine, I don't care. The point is, let me know if it is still working in 10 years. Let me know. Let me know. Because it won't be working. That is why I say it sucks. Buy it. You buy it or you don't buy it. I don't make a penny. You're too dramatic. I don't like you. Oh, good. He said the Nikon flagship D5 sucks. You're right. For $6,500, that camera sucks. Why? It's been proven now. There's been no extreme high praise for the Nikon D5. The D5 is the exact same megapixel count as this Nikon D500, but it has an anti-aliasing filter, which means at 100% the images look about 15-20% worse. Even In Photo magazine recently proved that the dynamic range and the saturation is better on the Nikon D500 than it is on the Nikon D5. $2,000 versus $6,500. The only thing the Nikon D5 is better at is extreme high ISO. Everything else the Nikon D500 beats it for $4,000. There are a bunch of reviewers that have even said this. Even reviewers that I generally never agree with. They say, yeah, the D500 is better. Even Tony said that in his video review of the D500. He said the same thing I said. Yeah, D500 is better. It looks better at 100%. This is a guy I basically never agree with. And I agree with him in the video. He said the same thing I do. So yeah, everything this guy said that I'm pointing out I'm wrong at is, yeah, I'm right. I am right. Sigma sucks, and I told you why it sucks. This lens sucks, and I told you why it sucks. $1,100 for this lens? Is it going to get the job done? Yeah. If you've only owned a few lenses, are you going to think it's awesome? Well, not awesome, but you're going to think it's really good. But it's a bad value. It's a slower lens than this lens for half the price. This lens is half the price. It's made far better. It's made in Japan. It's faster. It's better. It's sharper. Better color saturation. Less distortion. Less vignetting. Less chromatic aberration. Better, 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 better for half the money. So now tell me where I'm wrong. Thank you for watching. Okay? Bye.